Greetings Autobots and welcome back to Autobot ASMR. For today's video I'm going to be structuring this a little bit differently to my usual antics with Transformers because this video is going to be a two-part Commander Class special episode. So not only have you guys got one video to look forward to, but you've also got another part of it coming. Oh, spoiled rotten you are. But enough of my rambling, because today we have a figure that I've been looking forward to for literal years at this point, ever since it was announced as a prototype at a Comic-Con, and now that I have him in hand, he is absolutely worth the wait, you guys. Wait till you see this guy, because I have with me right now the Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime. Just pop that off to the side and we'll get stuck in with, well, first I'll explain something. I'm going to be covering the basic robot first in this video. I'm going to be looking at just the truck, the robot mode, and then his half of the super mode, and then in the next video I'm going to be covering his trailer, the trailer's base mode, and then the completed super mode. So that way it gives me ample time to really just do a deep dive on this guy, and I think this figure in particular, even by itself, is just absolutely superb, and the super robot is, wow. You think the original Armada one was good? That thing is a brick by comparison. I know it's not really fair to compare it to older Transformers, but this guy is arguably the definitive version, and he definitely won't break on you, because that original Armada Optimus arms were practically made of friggin' styrofoam. But enough of my rambling, let's get down to business. So Armada Optimus Prime here is a very stylized red and blue truck, typical fare for Optimus, but very different in terms of its proportions and design. Come around to the front here, it's got this big, wide, chunky presence to it, you know, especially with these beautiful silver highlights, and it shines beautifully on the camera. These lovely silver highlights around the grille, the headlights, these little bumper pieces. Oh, it's beautiful. It's thick, good quality paint as well. You can just tell from looking at it, it's high quality. But we come around here with some nice moulding and sculpting around the hood of the truck. You can see some lovely silver stripes, which is indeed accurate to the animation model. Come around to the top, you've got a little piece here with the Autobot symbol. Now, you can't remove this, but it's remarkably stuck on my copy. It's really hard to get out, so I think I'll save that for another video. But that won't stop me from trying. Come around to the smokestacks here, and they're cast in a lovely, gorgeous silver. And yeah, he's got a bit of a gap here, but honestly, given that it's to allow clearance for the super mode, this part always tends to come a little bit, doesn't really tap together on my copy, but hey, at least the rest of it holds together alright. But yeah, the gap kind of bothers me, but honestly it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Everything else is pretty much perfect. But we come around to the back here, and some lovely sculpted in detail here. They could have just cast this as like a flat piece, but given that this becomes the robot mode's back skirt, and these little side skirt pieces cast in a lovely vibrant gold with some really cool mechanical detail. I just check that out. It's like, you know, it's like a 3D model where you just take back little, it's like you just peel back. It's like you peel them back, and then there's these little mechanical bits just underneath the inner workings of Optimus Prime. But his wheels here are pinned in. They're black plastic with a lovely little silver highlight, and they're very detailed as well, so that's nice. Rolling wheels are nice. Look at that. Good, nice and slick wheels. And yeah, he does have the super mode fists just kind of hanging out, but if you wanted to recreate the original toy, it's a little bit well, no, it's not really fiddly. It's, you just rotate these around, close these up, and then you can flip the toes up to cover up these gaps. You can have them looking like the original Armada figure. Yeah, it's silly, but I think it's pretty cool. That's like giant fists hanging out of a truck. That would be. Damn, where can I get me one of those? So, just fold them back up for the time being. Fold them up, bring it in, close the panels. There we go. And I just want to say before I continue on, I hope you guys, if you guys saw my latest video, my Scourge roleplay, a lot of the video, the editing, the clip at the beginning, as well as getting the filter for it, that was all done by my fantastic friend Alakazam ASMR, and we have been working together on pretty much brainstorming ideas for role plays and video collaborations. So we're definitely hitting that grind when it comes to good content for you guys, and I absolutely had a blast collaborating with them. But I'll talk more about that in a bit. Right now, let's get into the transformation. So to turn Optimus into his robot mode, what you're going to want to do is come around to these three panels here, and they're on a double hinge. So just lift it up here, so we'll lift up, bring it over, and down. Repeat the same process on the other side, up and then down. There we go. Next, what you're going to want to do is just take your thumb or your finger and just bring this whole section down, which will reveal his head. Hello. And then just take the chest, fold it up like this, and it will tab in. You'll see there's a little tab just right there, and it will just tab in like that. Perfect. So now what you're going to want to do is, yes, come around to the arms and just unpeg them from the main body of the truck, straighten them out, and then rotate the fist so it's facing this way. Then what you're going to want to do is bring this shoulder section down on its double hinge as far as it will go until it rests like this to form prime shoulders. So repeat the same process on the other side. Extend the arm, flip out the fist, bring down the shoulder, and we're almost there. We're on the home stretch, folks. Next, what you're going to want to do is just come around to the back here and bring the legs forward. This will allow the tab to clear this little hook section. And then you're going to want to bring the tires down, and you'll see there's a little tab here, and the wheels can rotate around. And there's a notch right here. What you're going to want to do is just lift it up slightly, and it will sort of rest in place. It doesn't really tab in, it just more so rests in place. Yeah, I think that's tapped in right. And what you're going to want to do is come around to the front of the legs, lift up these panels, and then fold the toes down like so. Close them back up, untab the skirts, and then finally unpeg the legs, and there you have Armada Optimus Prime in his base robot mode, and I am floored with how good this guy ended up turning out. This guy is pinpoint accurate to how he looked in the show. The proportions, the design, the blockiness, as well as the unique, something I love about this design is it does a lot different than the regular Optimus. You know, he's a red and blue truck, but instead of the truck chest or the windshield, come on, where's your head at? But instead of the truck's windshield being his chest, it's actually the truck grill, and I think it's a really cool look for him. And he definitely has a kind of very anime design to him, especially when it comes to like the skirts and just the proportions in general. It's a very different take on the character, but one that I wholeheartedly adore. I love Armada. Like, as I touched on in my Starscream video, Armada, I actually got a few episodes on DVD given to me by my auntie, and pretty much I fell in love with the show from there. I adored the slice of life style of like the human interactions, as well as the whole concept of the mini cons. It was just superb. But let's talk about the character's posability. Prime is actually rocking an impressive variety of posing options. His arm can rotate full 1 or 360. Wrists you can rotate, well, you can pretty much swivel them, but don't really know why you'd want to, but they can rotate if you want to do more dynamic poses. Yeah, also I forgot to mention these smokestacks can actually come off. They were separated in the box. I don't know if he ever used them as guns in the show, but it doesn't tab in very securely actually. No, it doesn't really hold in very well. Maybe it tabs in with another smokestack or something, but you can remove them if you want. You can have them like separate. It's complete up to you. It's your toy, so do as you wish with it. Either way, this guy's one cool looking bot. So we'll just bring him in close to get a better look at his head. Cast entirely in a blue plastic with a lovely silver faceplate and big vibrant yellow eyes. They're very expressive, and I love the little gold crest here. It adds a lot to the face that the original G1 design didn't quite have. It's a lot more simple, but this one just feels a bit busier, you know, there's a lot more going on. But posability wise, we'll continue on. Arms. Skirt can move out that far, which allows the leg to move out that far. It's on a pretty good ratchet joint, so you get full kick and just about 90 degrees at the knee. So a little less in the legs than I would expect, but definitely not bad. I mean, given the fact that these have to become super robot arms, they really can't bellyache too much, so you know, it is what it is. But overall, not just in terms of posing, but I'd say this base robot mode is superb. If you love Armada, or if you just love Transformers in general, this is one of the best Optimus Prime figures, and dare I say, maybe even toy of the year. But let's get into the super, or the first half of the super robot. So of course we got to do it like in the show. Remember, like when he jumps up in the air and he flicks his legs forward, and then the super mode feet come out. But we're just going to open this tab, fold in the toe, bring it down, and then just do that. Every time I transform, I just imagine the Armada outro playing. So, see, what you're going to want to do now is bring up arms as if you were putting them back into truck mode. Now, just a little tip. Yeah, the head. Also, I forgot to mention the head can actually rotate a bit in robot mode, but when you're putting him into truck mode or super mode, you're going to want the head to be straight so that these shoulder pads have a little groove that can clear the crest. This wee bit here. So just take that and wiggle it up, and we'll leave the arms there for the time being. What we're going to want to do is just, let me think. Yes, we're going to want to bring this up and just leave it set like this, and this will allow you to split the back section of the truck, revealing the super robot head. Just straighten out the arms on the ratchet joints. Now what you're going to want to do is, that's a little bit weird to explain, but this bit needs to be flexed slightly. It doesn't need to be like forced, but you definitely need to flex it a little bit. So just get your finger and bring the head up, and then open it, because you can see there's little tiny grooves, just tiny little grooves that you need to appropriately flex a bit to get the robot or the super robot head out. But once you have that out, you can come around to the arms, and what you're going to want to do is, first you're going to want to bring it up, or you're going to want to bring it up on the double hinge so it's oriented like this. And this little notch here is going, or this tab is going to slot right into this little port right here. So just zoom it in a wee bit. Got it. There we go. Sometimes I have to look off the camera just to see it, but yeah, what matters is we got there in the end. So bring it up and bring it down on that hinge. Swing the arm up and drop it into the tab just right. There we go. Almost got it. There we go. Perfect. Next, what you're going to want to do is take these little pieces, put them back as if you were going to put them into truck mode. And then, to complete the look, you're just going to bring the arms down, tab the shoulder pads back so you can complete his arms. Optimus down, and then flip out these little crests or horns, and here we have the first half of Optimus Prime's super mode. And wow, this thing looks amazing. It looks superb. I am enamored with this thing. It just, not only does it feel so good to handle, but just getting to have a giant replica of the Armada Optimus that's not only posable but looks fantastic on my shelf. A marvelous addition to my collection, and arguably the crown jewel of my collection so far. Well, at least until I find a masterpiece Optimus. But let's take a look here. Let's get a closer look at the details. See here, that Autobot badge there that was on the top of the truck now forms the chest piece. And come around to the head here, and oh my goodness, that is a badass looking head sculpt. You got the rough edges here and the golden, pardon me, you got that golden mouth plate, the horn pieces. It looks, it looks awesome. I don't really know what else to compare it to. Like, it's just so cool looking, and the look at the shoulder pads, the way the gold pops, and you can even bend out the fingers as well. That's something that Commander class figures are often cited for, is that they have more articulation. The articulation, there's a bit more to it when it comes to Commander class figures like this one. And I just remembered one other thing I forgot to mention. Silly of me, I completely neglected to mention this. Prime comes with his blaster that you see in the show, cast completely in oddly shiny and reflective black plastic, but a lot of intricate detail on it. I love this little circular section here, as well as just how thick the gun is. It's a proper big thick gun, like. But you can stick it in Prime's hand, either his main robot fists here, or you can just pop it into super mode. I think it looks a bit more proportionate with the super robot, but it's still pretty badass looking in his regular robot mode. So just pop that off. So with all being said and done, this is the end of the first part of my Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime ASMR video. Hope you guys are looking forward to the next one, where I tackle the trailer, the base mode, and the completed super robot. Until then, Optimus is just gonna be sitting here. Let's make him like, give me my legs, Autobot. It's been 15 years. I've been stuck here without any bleeding legs. Look at me, I'm a half-bot. I can't lead the Autobots in such a state. We have fun here on this channel. You know, that's the way I see it. If you don't have fun with something, you know, what's the point? It's always good to have fun with your Transformers. And just have fun with life in general. Seize the day. But I will just straighten this guy out, and I will see you all in the next part. Stay tuned, my friends. Rolling out.